News OK's Press Row with the Oklahomans Barry Tramel and Jenni Carlson is powered by Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'.
I'm Barry Tramel, and last night I went to a Thunder game. An exhibition broke out.
Are you okay with that, Thunder fans? We're going to talk about it here on the Press Row from the Opupco Studios in Oklahoma City. I'm Jenni Carlson. Press Row is sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. Barry, it was a regular season game, game 82, but we didn't see a lot of the starters, and it didn't exactly look like this team was out to win against Milwaukee.
Well, I know this is a time-honored NBA tradition up there with tattoos and dunk contests. This tanking game, not tanking games, but not caring if you win. And the Thunder didn't take it to the extreme of others. Against the Lakers the other night, a marquee game on TNT, San Antonio didn't play Ginobili and Duncan and Tony Parker, which is sort of like, the Alamo not playing Davy Crockett and Jim Bowie. But still, when you only play Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant half the game, when you go into overtime and you keep even Eric Maynor on the bench so the C team can play, there's something a little wrong. I think you're cheating the paying customer. I know Scotty Brooks' job is not to please the fans. His job is to win games and win in the playoffs, and he has to do whatever it takes. However, think if you're a Thunder fan who only gets to go to a few games a year. What if you only get to go to one game a year, and that game was against Milwaukee, and you see what amounts to a junior varsity game? To me, it's bad business. If you're going to play Nate Robinson 19 minutes a game, I say charge fans $19 a ticket.
Well, that might work. Yeah, this was definitely a game where Scott Brooks decided before the game ever started, this is how many minutes my top guys are getting and no more, because when it went into overtime, we saw that. No Kevin Durant getting up off the bench to save the day, no Russell Westbrook. But you know what? I say fine. I say this is about what you do in the postseason. And you have to have those guys at their best. You have to have them rested. You have to have them healthy. It could happen anytime that somebody gets hurt. But I tell you what, having those fresher legs, it's going to help. No practice for the Thunder on Thursday as they gear up for that Sunday game. They're going to have a chance to really be ready to go against Denver.
I still think it's not necessarily good business for the fans. They say it's a business at the end of the day, and it is, and it's an entertainment-driven business. And I think coming up with some system, whereas it turns a lot of the games in the last week into exhibition, I think is a situation the league has to look at. I don't have any idea what the solution is, but I do think it's bad business.
Yeah, no doubt. There's been some bad basketball, and thankfully that bad basketball ends now. It's all playoffs, and everything counts from here on out. You're going to see teams playing at their best. But I think that's just part of the deal. And did some fans leave early? Absolutely. But you know what? Those guys that were in there, at least they were given max effort. You saw Byron Mullins. I mean, he checks it in the first quarter, for goodness sakes. That's how badly Scott Brooks wanted to win this game. Didn't really care. Was going to get those guys in there, rest as starters, let them play. And you know what? We got a chance to see some good ball and some not so good ball out of those guys that were down the bench. I think we now know why Eric Maynor is playing instead of Nate Robinson, bless his heart. But, those guys, there were some oohs and ahs. I think people that stayed to the end of that overtime, you still had a chance to see a game-winning potential shot at the end of regulation. You had the Thunder in the overtime the whole time. It wasn't Russell Westbrook. It wasn't Kevin Durant. But you know what? Those guys are back on Sunday, and I think the fans will look forward to that. Hey, stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.